Overcoming procrastination and paralysis is a journey, not a destination. It's the consistent small changes that add up over time. I know that no matter how well you plan, things will come up to throw a spanner in the works, pushing you out of your comfort zone into procrastination and paralysis. Overcoming being stuck is about having strategies, building resilience to bounce back, and having a plan to keep you moving forward. Hi, Robin here. Welcome to my space where transformation meets spirituality. For those on the path of spiritual and personal transformation, check out some of my other videos and consider liking, subscribing, and leaving comments. It really does help the channel, and I'm so interested to see how people are getting on in tackling this themselves and using the plan to move forward. And for more practical tools and information on living a conscious life, don't forget to check out my book, Awake, Aware, Conscious. Okay, today's video is about following up on overcoming procrastination and paralysis from last week. I'll leave a link in the comments and at the end so you can find that video. So it's been a week of me putting my plan into action, and it has been an interesting learning curve. My appreciation for planning and prioritizing has definitely increased using this technique. Regardless if your goal is to get that report written, lose weight, something small or something big, this process will make it achievable to overcome that paralysis and procrastination. Just to recap how procrastination and paralysis overlap. So you getting stuck overthinking a decision and then start procrastinating by doing something trivial to avoid the stress, or you keep putting off tasks until they pile up and then the sheer number of things to do makes you freeze up, unable to start anything. Happens all the time in our lives. Sometimes we get more stuck than others. Now, my procrastination and paralysis revolved around taking action on building an online workshop, getting it out of my head and onto paper. I have been a one-on-one practitioner and a local sort of group face-to-face workshop facilitator. But when we relocated and with us building a new house, it was a great opportunity for me to expand and explore new ideas and passions, which pushed me out of my comfort zone and into procrastination and paralysis. I started by brainstorming and getting everything out of my head and onto paper. I soon discovered that there was so much more being written down than I could handle. I had to shrink down my focus further to avoid the overwhelm. When I did this, taking smaller bites, it became more manageable. So don't be afraid to revise and fine-tune your goals further. You can always expand out later. I rewrote my now smaller list, but kept the other one for later reference. Printing out the mindset list worked really well for me. I had the sheet in front of the computer and I would start each time by reading the list. Now, this gave me a positive boost and set me up with a clear head, so I would definitely recommend you don't skip this step. I worked when I was in flow rather than having the set office hours, which I had originally decided on. I found I got so much more done because I was actively engaged rather than forcing myself to get stuff done. I was also less prone to distractions and procrastination by doing this. Next tip is I took a few deep breaths before I started to center myself. Now, this helped me get into the right state of mind and to get going, which is great tip if you need to get out of your overthinking mind. Just taking those couple of breaths sets you up. Using the SMART goals helped me to fine-tune my focus and drill down on what I really wanted, giving me a clearer vision to work backwards from. How can you plan anything if you don't really know what it is you're trying to accomplish? This helps you to drill down on the what. Now, the prioritizing the tasks was so helpful. By taking some time prioritizing my goals and setting up other housekeeping rather than jumping straight into creating the course, it helped me to get a clearer picture of what I needed to include and keep myself on track, which ultimately will save me so much time and effort. So, again, don't skip this step. I set some milestones and checkpoints, which I have already hit my firsts. It felt really satisfying. So make sure to build in something to celebrate and share with your accountability buddy. The time management tools worked really well for me. So these helped me to keep on task and then to reward myself with a break after I had worked for those solid time. Make sure to use times that work for you, or this process will just not work. Now, my review process needed some adjusting. I ended up putting my action plan on a small whiteboard, which is up here now, but a well-positioned sheet of paper would work just as well. I put quite a lot of info on this one sheet, my list, my priorities, and completions. I can constantly review it and add and adjust as I go. So crossing off as I progress because I like my visual tools. I had a chat with my accountability buddy. She is all on board. So we worked out what I would share with her and how often we would connect. She also gave me some great ideas and pushed me to up my game a bit by sharing my goals, checklist, and time frame in writing with her. She will push me when needed and be a shoulder for support when I need it too. So make sure you pick someone who is going to be on board with you. So I learnt a lot by doing this process. What worked for me, what was not going to work and I needed to change. It gave me a framework that I now feel more confident that I will succeed on getting through the end of it. So my final thoughts: recognize and challenge your limiting beliefs and fears that are holding you back. If you can cultivate some patience and persistence by understanding the importance of staying committed despite difficulties, and understand that our biggest growth happens outside our comfort zone. So set clear goals, manage your time effectively, be kind to yourself, and you will break free from the cycle of inaction and start making meaningful progress. Most importantly, have fun and work when the creative juices flow. Remember, flow, not force. They are different energies. This is about creating a change, and creation is about expansion. You can't create when you're feeling constricted. So what's stopping you now that you have a framework for a plan? Make the choice to step out of your comfort zone, to make those changes or create that dream. There is no longer a reason to stay stuck in procrastination and paralysis. The choice is yours. I highly recommend that you take a leap of faith and you go for it. So I hope this has been helpful. Please put some comments in the box if you found it helpful, if there was things you would have liked me to cover, or anything else on your own success. So thank you if you are still with me here, and I much appreciate it.